Good things happen here at Children's Home of Northern Kentucky, not by accident and not by magic. It's very simple. Good things happen here for abused and neglected kids and other vulnerable populations because human beings decided to get together and do something about it.
My name is Peggy, and I've worked at the Children's Home of Northern Kentucky for 7 years. To a lot of the boys that I work directly with, I'm known as Big Mama. That's just me. These children are my babies, just like my babies and grandchildren that I have given birth to and nurtured every day. These are my babies. Some of them I be with more hours than I'm with my own family. You know, a lot of people think that this is a school or that the children just come here during the day, you know, and do whatever they do. This is a home. This is a home that a lot of them never had. This is the first home that they've ever had that had somebody to teach them, to care about them, to love them, to give them a hug. A lot of these kids never had 3 meals a day. This is some place that they call home.
It's not unusual for people to say, what do you guys do up there? We do 2 things. We run a residential program for boys ages 7 to 17, and they're here because they're in state's custody, and they're in state's custody because of a tragedy, severe abuse, severe neglect. We give them a home, and we give them the people who have the skill sets to lead them from despair and hopelessness to hope and opportunity. We do something else here. We don't just stay here in this house. We don't just stay on this property. We get out into the community and we make a difference in schools. The Champions program is our initiative to address status offenders, non-violent juveniles who are often incarcerated because of issues like chronic truancy or possession of tobacco products or being out of control of parent.
Some of the children that we receive here at the Children's Home have been so terribly abused that you couldn't even imagine. You know, when I've had children here that would be afraid to go into the bathroom, and then you would wonder why. Well, maybe that abuse that they withstood happened in the bathroom. You know, you just never know. I have 17-year-olds that have to sleep with the light on. We had one resident here, and he was so amazed when he got here that we had tile floor. One of my coworkers that had taken him on a home visit said that when he took him home, that he lived so far back in the woods and they had a dirt floor. And as he sat up and talked to his parents, an incident where a deer ran by and his dad said, hold on, and went grabbed a rifle from the corner to go shoot the deer. You know, that was dinner. It was told that neighbors would call them when there was roadkill. I can't imagine it. And he was such a sweet little kid. He would love to go outside and play. I never saw a kid get so dirty, just waddle in the mud, you know. And I mean, oh, it was so hard at that time, you know, just to even try to reach him. That's what he liked. That's what he knew. A lot of times when some of the kids first come to the Children's Home, they don't have clothing, they don't have shoes, and as a matter of fact, I have one kid now that needs shoes really badly. But there's one thing to give a child a pair of shoes, it's another thing to give a child a path.
Here's what I think is really important. If any one of us on any given day went down to that river, which we overlook here on this incredible piece of property, if we saw a kid drowning in that river, we would be off the banks, out of the car, running at full speed to extend a hand to keep that kid from drowning. There's something in us that's built to save others. work that we're doing here at the home is exactly that. It's sometimes hard to see it that way, but we're saving kids. There's no other way to say it. We're saving kids from drowning in a sea of grief and tragedy and abuse and neglect and betrayal. You don't have to be a soldier returning from overseas to know what post-traumatic stress disorder is. Our kids that we care for are living it, and they're drowning in it. And every day, one at a time, the employees and the staff and the volunteers of this home are saving them.